In 1904, the city of Chicago, the so-called Windy City, was selected as the host of the Olympic Games. But as Patrick Sandusky explains, political meddling changed the course of history.
The U.S. president at the time, Teddy Roosevelt, I believe, thought it would be a better idea to move it to St. Louis where the World's Fair was so that they could have the Olympics and the World's Fair in the same place.
Robbed of its place in the international spotlight in 1904, it has taken more than a century for Chicago to once again emerge as the leading U.S. city to host an Olympic game.
And it's been a while, but we're back in the race of trying to bring the games to Chicago.
In 2016, the world's athletes will enjoy the magic of Chicago.
These computer-generated animations, produced by the Chicago 2016 organization, show the ambitious plans the city has for a transformation that would make Chicago one of the most user-friendly Olympic sites. It includes proposals to build a massive new sports arena, as well as a private lakeside Olympic village where athletes would have their own beach. Officials with Chicago 2016 also hope the city's environmental initiatives, such as future plans for congestion reduction and the planting of 500,000 trees throughout the city, will help enhance the bid. Chicago Mayor Richard Daley has publicly pledged to make Chicago the greenest city in America. But according to Suzanne Malik McKenna, who is the city's top environmental official, the greening of Chicago is a process that is complemented, not dictated, by the Olympic bid.
I would like to think it helps attract people thinking about us as an Olympic city for the Olympic and Paralympic Games. I think that our recognition that the environment is part of the city. It's not this additional thing we do with disposable income or a marginal issue. It is part of our infrastructure.
Chicago has recent experience hosting international sporting events. In 1994, athletes from around the world converged on the city for the opening ceremonies of the FIFA World Cup soccer competition. Soldier Field Stadium was one of several venues across the United States where teams competed. And earlier this year, hundreds of U.S. Olympic athletes competing at the Beijing Games came to Chicago for the United States Olympic Committee's Media Summit, a deliberate move to help Chicago increase its visibility during this current bid. It is visibility that Patrick Sandusky admits the city needs to be competitive.
Well, at this part of the campaign, we certainly don't think we would be the favorite or in first place. We're a first-time bidding city. We're competing against cities that some cities have hosted the Olympics before, others have bid and done quite well in the bidding process.
Chicago now competes against Tokyo, Japan, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and Madrid, Spain. The International Olympic Committee will visit the candidate cities early next year to evaluate each city's bid. The IOC will make its final selection during a meeting in Copenhagen, Denmark on October 2nd, 2009. Kane, Farabaugh, VOA News, Chicago.